Hi guys, welcome back again to another episode of Talking Fragrance with Frankie. And you know what? Today I'm not going to talk about just one fragrance. I'm going to make a video about layering fragrances. I was asked by a follower to do so, and I thought, you know what? I might as well. I've done a bit of layering in the past, but nothing really deep into it. So I've done some research personally on a few really fragrance guys that I like to follow, like really deep guys, like way deeper than even me. And to be honest with you, also I come up with some idea of what kind of fragrance I would actually lay over. And I would say that the kind of fragrances that I tested were also almost in the same spectrum. They were very similar in some accord, but in some other ways they were totally different. So I wanted to lay the first one I actually laid was Sailing Day, the replica, and I thought, you know what, it's a really fresh scent, so I need to go with something very similar on the same kind of accord, but in a different tonality. And I actually think that I laid it with the right stuff. It's French Riviera made by Manzera Paris, because this is a bit soapier than this one is saltier. And I thought, you know what, this kind of thing will probably work. And to be honest with you, I'll do a few spray over in the same position you want to do. Ideally, you want to do on skin, this kind of thing. So back, side, and maybe your paws. Never rubbing, always dabbing. And I got some really good feedback on this, because I took this to the coffee shop and some people I know and tested it for a few hours. And be honest with you, I got some great feedback from both fragrances. Sorry about this. I got some great feedback from both fragrances. But the one that I did three actually. I did Mancera, French Riviera, and Sailing Day by Replica, de Maison Margiela. And I also did these two, Guerlain Long Intense and Mephisto de Casa Moratti. Be honest with you, this one was the one that got the most, probably the most compliment, and was the most liked. Also, it stayed on the skin a way longer than the other two. Probably because these are probably more intense fragrances, and they are perfumes as well. So I think also they smell a little bit more on the high end. These two, I think the combination of the two gives you a total different profile. You won't even think that it's the same fragrance. I loved it. I thought it was great. That I think you can try yourself, get into probably other fragrances. I would carry on layering, see what other things I can put together. But looking at the same accord, probably scents, I would like to probably go along that way, rather than probably trying to do something like it's oud with something that's fresh. It might not work, but it might do. So give it a try, see if it goes. Try it on your skin. Give it a few spray of each one. Go for a walk. Ask your friends at work. Ask your missus, your guy. But this is just becomes a total different fragrance. These one actually become more woody, and I think it become more woody from the Mephisto, because the Mephisto is like a woody floral notes that are really present in there. And the last one I did was Dolce & Gabbana the one and Noir String the Tom Ford. Trust me, to be honest with you, this didn't last as long as the other two, but this was probably the most pleasant towards my taste. It felt more elevated, a bit more sensual, I think, as well. It's probably my favorite of them all. It didn't last as long, but to me, it was probably my favorite, because you got a lightness of the Dolce & Gabbana the one, and the powderiness and sweet from the Noir Stream from Tom Ford, and it just becomes a total different accords of fragrances. I think this is the beauty of layering. It's about you finding the kind of scents you want to lay. But ideally, I would say don't go too far from one of another, or you want to have to actually lay scents that are in the same spectrum. I believe that's what I would do if I was actually doing it myself. There is a few others that I will put together later on down the path, and there was one another one that I wanted to try, but I never got to it. And it was this one, Gucci Guilty Absolute. The problem with Gucci Guilty is that it's too intense, it's too powerful. So ideally, if you probably like blend this, you want to blend it with something softer, something sweeter. Because if you want to blend this with Tom Ford ombre leather, you'll be in trouble. So that's what I mean. Try to lay your scents, one that doesn't overpower the other one, but that becomes in harmony. It's like a good melody. That's what I think. Remember, your scent creates memories. You don't want to have a bad memories, because the one bad memory I have is called what's it called again? Sorry, Hugo Boss Bottle 9. That fragrance, I have an experience with it that you don't want to talk about. It messed up a date night, and that's not a fun scent to have around for me anymore. There's probably a few others I like to put together, but to be honest with you, those are the ones I thought they would pair the best. And I could probably do Carthusia, maybe, because it's a bit more powerful, with something like Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. Perhaps we can get a better scent out of it, and perhaps we can mingle a little bit of a Dolce & Gabbana the one with a little bit of a Jazz Club. Maybe we can get something gray out of it. I'll carry on telling you about this. Also, guys, these kind of videos I wanted to make into a written blog probably down the line, but I got so much work going on right now that I don't know where to grab from. I'm in the middle of like uploading content and product to the site, and also gotta be adding product to this platform as well, so you can make it an easy purchase. Also, I've got sales going on the e-commerce side. lostfragrances.co.uk, 15% off. I think it's until either the 29th of this month or the 16th. So don't miss out. Have a great day. Most of the fragrances that are available up to now are fragrances that I love deeply and I would recommend personally. So if you have any question about any fragrances, you can also get in touch with me via WhatsApp. I believe the link is in the site as well, on the bottom of the page. So God bless you all. Have a great day. Thank you very much for today, guys.